Date 30th of December 2018. The news headline: The reign of a Sudanese as Nigeria president, an insult to Nigerians. The recent events in Nigeria have proven that the greatest obstacle to the development of the entity called Nigeria is not really the useless constitution or the dirty few politicians, but the Nigerian people themselves. The final strike that broke the camel's back is the exposition of the impostor that have taken over the leadership of Nigeria by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob. Recall that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu first made this revelation sometime in 2017 right inside his father's compound, when he thundered that the person in Aso Rock is not Buhari. He maintained that Buhari is dead and buried in Saudi Arabia. He went further to say that the person in Aso Rock masquerading as president of Nigeria is Jibril from Sudan. When the Ipob leader said this, many Nigerians called him a madman, a rabble-rouser and a joker. The president on the other hand led a dangerous operation that was targeted at killing the Ipob leader. When this operation, codenamed Operation Python Dance 2, was going on, I never believed the soldiers surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's father's palace had been given an executive order to assassinate him. How can a country that made a terrible mistake in arresting a freedom fighter, go all out to commit another blunder in killing him? I strongly doubted my brother who said earlier that the soldiers are out to kill the Ipob leader. It was when I saw the attack on Nnamdi Kanu's house by the Nigeria army on a Facebook Live video coverage, that I understand truly what their mission was. The only thing one must understand in that attack on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on 14th of September 2017, is that it was not done to stop the agitation for the realization of the sovereign state of Biafra. An ideology residing in millions of souls cannot possibly be quenched by killing one man or with the barrel of guns. More than 3 million Biafrans was killed in 1967-70 by Nigeria and Britain, yet more than 50 million of them after 48 years are still demanding for Biafra restoration. The ill-fated attack was simply carried out by the desperate Fulani Caliphate to silence Nnamdi Kanu so as to kill him with what he knows about the impostor in Aso Rock. It is very much unfortunate that after so many empirical evidences, proving that the man in Aso Rock is not the Muhammadu Buhari Nigerians elected in 2015, but an impostor, Nigerians still doubt it with reckless abandon. The most saddest part of it is that they are not providing anything to counter the evidence before them, rather they are banking on the euphoria that such a thing can never happen. Like, it cannot happen in an age a man can become a woman and woman become a man within hours inside the four walls of the hospital with the expertise of a good doctor. Let me juggle your mind a bit. In 2009, Yaradua was too sick that he died in a Saudi Arabian hospital. The cabals hid it from poor Nigerian masses. For 4 months the Fulani cabals was ruling Nigeria. They even granted interview using a faked voice of the dead president. It took the heroism of late Madam Dora Akuniri for the caliphate to be put to shame. Nigerians whom Satan has been cursed with very short memory has forgotten all these. The caliphate has upped their game. I want you to be patient and reason with me, as I relay how it all started. Sometime in 2017, Buhari was so sick that he was flown to London for medical treatments. Reports that came from London wasn't so good. Buhari, whom reports said received organ transplant, reacted negatively to the new organ, resulting to the president being declared brain dead, leading to his eventual death. Even some news agencies like London Metro carried the news of his death. But the caliphate, whose thirst for power is second to none, decided to play games with the intelligence of over 180 million Nigerians, as was in the case of Yaradua. They employed the services of a Sudanese to impersonate the dead President Buhari. Since 2017 till date, it is the cabals killing Nigerians and not President Buhari. Remember the time the news broke that the president only smiles to his visitors. It was the time the man was newly recruited. He smiles to avoid any sorts of discussion with his visitors as to buy time to learn Buhari's mannerisms. It worked for them and the impostor returned to Nigeria as president. Upon his return, Nigerians was told that rats have taken over the president's office. Brothers, I am a school teacher and I use staff rooms as a teacher. Never for one day have rats taken over our staff room. But here is an office of the #1 citizen of Nigeria infested with rats. That's an office with the highest security in Nigeria. The truth is that there were no rats. It was simply a strategy employed by the caliphate as to enable them change the doors with the dead president's fingerprints to that of the impostor. As this were going on, the impostor continued working from home. He stopped welcoming visitors until today they have not hosted any media chat. The children of the real Buhari was sent packing from Aso Rock by the desperate cabals, and the First Lady have never been sighted close to the impostor until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started exposing them. If these can't convince you, then you should look at the pictorial evidences before you. There is no how an old man will suddenly become so young that his hands will be looking like that of a very beautiful lady. The Buhari we know in 2015 was tall and can't read without his eyeglasses. Same thing can't be said of the person occupying Aso Rock today. The man claiming to be Buhari is shorter with different face and body structure. This have proven Ipob right that what Nigeria need is a complete shutdown and not restructuring. It is certain and obvious that all the elites, leaders and top politicians in Nigeria are privy to this monumental insult thrown at Nigerians, yet they all maintain criminal silence. Both Olusegun Obasanjo, Saraki, Tinubu, Ikemadu, Osinbajo, Atiku and all the governors knows that the impostor in Aso Rock is not the Buhari that was elected in 2015. So tell me if you are moving towards 2019 election to vote between a Sudanese impostor and an extremely corrupt Atiku who knows he is contesting with an impostor and yet wants to fool everyone with his loud silence. What is the essence of this election you all are clamoring for? Are you all not tired of being the fool every 4 years? Is this not enough to prove that none of these politicians have the interest of Nigerians at heart? What atrocity is worse than this conspiracy? Tell me if this is not enough to spark off a revolution in Nigeria? Every person that calls himself a Nigerian at this moment should start questioning he or herself right now. Is it still worth it answering a Nigerian? Why is international community still silent over this issue? Why is it that Britain, after they enslaved our ancestors for 300 years, they still collude with the Fulani Caliphate to shortchange Nigerians? Yes, you have no choice between Atiku and the impostor in Aso Rock. Your only choice is revolution. Written by Elishukwu Nicholas Ohagai. Edited by Ebrukoli. For Family Writers Press.